and a warm welcome to you from the National Stadium here in Cardiff for the 1996 Welsh Cup Final, for what Bobby Gould, the Welsh team manager, described as one of the showpieces in the Welsh football calendar. Well, Barry Town against Llansantffraid, that's the match. Barry already through into European football next season, which has allowed Llansantffraid into the Winners' Cup regardless of the outcome here today. Barry Town then hoping to emulate the fortunes of the Scottish and English champions, and Llansantffraid out to stop them.
Durkin to Gary Bennett, he's not offside. Bennett, and that's a second for Wrexham. Well,
the 1995 Welsh Cup Final saw Wrexham lift the trophy, and that probably for the last time, as the Welsh FA excluded all those clubs playing in the English game from competing. So it was Barry Town who emerged as favourites then to take the cup this year, along with the championship that they secured at Eugene Cross Park in a season which included an undefeated run of 41 matches. Barry then favourites for today's final. The underdogs 2 years ago though, but they still managed to beat Cardiff City with a rather different looking side to that appearing today.
for the first time since 1955, the colours of Barry Town adorn the Welsh Cup trophy. And what a proud moment that is.
The exclusion of the English League clubs allowed then for some unfamiliar names to appear in the closing rounds of this year's competition. Amongst them Llansantffraid, the former Montgomeryshire League club, finished 45 points behind Barry in the League of Wales, but nevertheless caught up in Cup fever. The Saints already through to the Cup Winners' Cup and looking to stop Barry's double.
For Barry Town, it's business as usual, the professional club training every morning as they prepare for the game against Llansantffraid. And where better to get away from it all than the splendour of Porthcurry Park, just on the outskirts of Barry itself. You will start as favourites. Is that a problem?
Well, we've been favourites all season, Ian. You know, this time we went professional and we've been there to be shot down. But come Sunday, form and league tables go out of the window. It's a one-off game, it's 90 minutes of cup football, and anything can happen. We're just hoping that Barry Town will be the winners at the end of the day.
I know a lot of the players have since left, but I mean, it's only 2 years ago since Barry last tasted Welsh Cup success, so it's fresh in everybody's mind, isn't it, as a club?
Yeah, that's right. I think the only person still at the club who was there on the day, he wasn't involved because he had a serious injury. That's Di Withers. But you know, everybody remembers it. It was a great achievement for Welsh football when Barry did beat Cardiff, and we'll be hoping, and I say hoping, to repeat it this time round as well. I've had one dream left in my career. I've achieved a lot of things. I was a professional footballer to start off. I've got under 21 caps, non-league caps, but there's one thing that eluded me, and that's a Welsh Cup. And to be going there as a player, but also as a manager, I can't believe it. And it's going to be a very, very special day for everybody connected with Barry Town on Sunday.
About a year ago, you'd have been with the Welsh under-21 side. Here you are now preparing for a Welsh Cup final. What's happened in the year?
Yeah, it's been a long year, but so far things have turned out good. It's my third Welsh Cup final now. Twice I've been on the losing side with Cardiff, but hopefully with Barry we'll be able to win. It's a great club. It's a family club, and it's a really good bunch of lads. And Paul Giles, the gaffer, he's great. He couldn't give me more confidence in playing.
Have you settled down well?
Oh, very well. Within about 2 or 3 days I was laughing, joking, messing around with the boys, so it's been great since I left Cardiff. Like, can I ask for more?
We got some special reasons to do it on Sunday as well. Obviously, you know, we've had this marvellous season, but we've had tragedy as well. We lost the chairman in September, and we lost Matthew Orton, one of our most talented players, 2 weeks ago. And I'm hoping, but I know in my mind, that the players are going to go out and give one big performance on Sunday for Matty and for Neil.
Paul Giles. Now let's see how both clubs actually got to the final. Llansantffraid were only staying 300 yards away in a hotel 300 yards away, but even so, they were still determined to arrive here at the stadium today in style.
This just reversed them down to the back of the drive and then we get
we're all looking forward to it. You know, we had early curfew last night, so obviously, you know, everybody went to bed early, probably with thoughts of scoring the winning goal in the final.
Played the same way all season, and that'll be to get the ball forward as quickly as possible, and hopefully to get quality crosses into the two strikers to give them a chance. But you know, it's going to be a difficult game. People have been saying about it's the Prince and the Paupers. We've played them twice this season, and the games have been very, very close against them. I think we finished 40-odd points in front of them in the league. But on the day, as you know, it's a cup final, and it's a one-off, and whoever performs on the day will win the game.
Two teams then, and this Barry Town side bears little or no resemblance to the team that beat Cardiff City in the final here 2 years ago. It is a mixture of youth and experience. The likes of Terry Evans, Richard Jones, Paul Giles, Tony Bird and Gary Barnett have all tasted Football League experience. The main team news though concerns skipper Ian French, who misses the final after struggling to overcome an injury. As for Llansantffraid, what an occasion for their players representing the small Mid-Wales village this afternoon. The best known amongst their players is Tommy Morgan, the former Aberystwyth Town player manager. The nucleus is provided by the likes of the twins Chris and John Whelan, Simon Abercrombie, all students at the Manchester Metropolitan University. Ball is gone on towards Tommy Morgan. This is a fine chance. Ball just runs up and in his hand. Oh, the veteran striker took it there. He seems to have missed the opportunity. It was presented to him by Chris Whelan. The ball didn't seem to be dropping kindly, but suddenly he got there. And he finished well past the goalkeeper. And Tommy Morgan, well, you won't get a more delighted goal scorer. And just on the half-hour mark, it's Llansantffraid 1, Barry Town 0.
Well, it's a super flick on. It's a simple goal, long high ball. Tommy, it nearly gets caught up behind him, but a quality little finish over the goalkeeper into his corner.
Barnett, waiting time. I think as far as Barry is concerned, a lot will depend on someone like Gary Barnett with all his experience in league football, especially as we just break off a run by Tony Bird on a foul. But Gary Barnett may be the pivot in midfield, and a lot will depend on him. Lloyd with a shot on his head. Gary Lloyd's vicious left-footed shot completely taking the goalkeeper Andy Mulliner by surprise. Really, Llansantffraid will be disappointed at conceding the goal, but Barry Town have hit back positively, and well, that foul on Tony Bird proved to be very costly. 35 minutes gone. It's level.
Yeah, it's a efficient strike, but it just takes a dip in front of the keeper. On this surface, very slippery, but you'd have to say the goalkeeper will be very disappointed. It's a wonderful strike, just takes a slight deflection and a dip in front of the keeper, but he didn't get his body behind it. Barry back in the game.
Towards O'Brien. Good touch by O'Brien. Morgan. That's a fine shot, and that's a brilliant goal. Well struck by Gary Evans, the Llansantffraid captain. And that was a superb strike. You could see what was going through his mind as soon as the ball reached him. It dropped down. He had time. He picked his spot. Wow! And that's Llansantffraid leading by 2-1. And what a way to take the lead.
Well, it's got some good pressure here in Llansantffraid. Tommy Morgan just not managing to get contact there, but when it comes out to Evans, great technique, dipping volley, giving the goalkeeper no chance, right up in the top corner. Yeah, they have done very well. O'Brien causing a few problems in the air. Tommy Morgan unfortunate. Barry not clearing their lines. At this stage, you've got to close the man down. They didn't. He lets fly straight into the corner. Super goal.
Good play by Barry Bandit. Terry Evans. Spencer wants the ball. Brown comes across. Abercrombie. Brown. No one there to receive the header from Chris Whelan. Barnett, that's a fine ball. Giles. Now then, Gary Lloyd's made a strong run. As well spotted by Brown, who came across and made a fine challenge. And Lloyd was hurt in the process. An anxious moment there for Mulliner. Tony Bird. A good cross, looking for Pike. Off with it, oh! What a terrible mix-up. Andy Mulliner is furious. It's Mulliner and Mike Brown, and somehow that cross from Tony Bird has ended in the back of the net, and that was an absolutely horrendous mix-up, one which I'm sure has never been seen at this ground before, and no wonder Mulliner looks disappointed, and I'm sure inside is furious.
Well, it's a good ball, and Chris Pike causing all sorts of problems, but you've got to keep a cool head there. Mike Brown and Andy Mulliner get in each other's way to try to clear that ball. You've got to keep a cool head there. But Chris Pike as well causes a few problems, but they've got time. Well, that's a comical goal.
Good decision by Roger Gifford, who's been one of Wales' best referees over the years. As Simon Abercrombie takes this free kick, in goes O'Brien, chance here, and it's there! It's the third goal, and it's Chris Whelan who's given Llansantffraid the lead, and is he delighted? The man from Liverpool, the student, came in unspotted by the Barry Town defence and planted his header low and away from Mark Ovendale, and from the third time in this game, Llansantffraid have taken the lead. It's Llansantffraid 3, Barry Town 2.
Well, it was a super header in the end, but the Barry Town defenders will be very disappointed. There are enough players back there, but all credit to young Chris Whelan. Super flighted ball into the far post. Comes from nowhere. Downward header, giving the goalkeeper no chance.
Tommy Morgan, I think he used his hand. Tommy doesn't believe it, but the linesman on the far side saw it. And Gary Lloyd's already scored. There's one free kick. But it's Richard Jones this time looking for Mike Waterley. He went down under the challenge. Batchelor comes in. Colin Griffith cleared somehow, and I think it was one of the substitutes. O'Gorman just types it across. Is it going in? It's away. How on earth that stayed out? Well, there were so many players involved, but somehow that ball just wouldn't cross the line.
and it's Mulliner who's been congratulated. Well, he's had a torrid time this afternoon, Mulliner, and really not one Barry player to get the final touch.
And I think the final 2 minutes will be spent in and around that Llansantffraid penalty area. Tony Bird. Bird goes for goal! Oh, splendid equaliser by Tony Bird. That was brilliant. He controlled it and in one movement just turned and struck it. Mulliner had no chance. And we've had some spectacular goals, but that was just as exciting by Tony Bird. He'll be delighted. He scored some great goals in his time, but I bet none have been as important as that. And what with just over a minute and a half to go, it's 3-all.
You might not see a better goal in a Welsh Cup final than this. It's a superb turn. Just hit on the volley. It popped it really nicely for him. And that's what Tony Bird can do so well. Again, he knows he has to turn for goal here. So he puts it onto his left side. Pop. What a finish. Test the players, because this game is obviously having to be won today.
So for the first time ever at the National Stadium, penalties will decide the Welsh Cup. 5 penalties to each side to decide the winners. If they're level after 5, it's sudden death. It's John Whelan against Mark Evandale, and that's 1-0 to Llansantffraid. Has been involved in some big games over the years with Cardiff City and Fulham. None bigger than this, maybe. This is a pressure situation. Oh, he's hit the crossbar. He's missed. Andy Mulliner went one way, but Chris Pike has hit the crossbar, and the initiative now is definitely with Llansantffraid. Now then, it's Tommy Morgan. He opened the scoring to make it 1-0. The 37-year-old veteran to make it 2-0 for Llansantffraid on penalties. Up he comes. Poorly done, and he enjoyed it. And surely Llansantffraid have got a grip on this cup at the moment. There's been so many swings and roundabouts in this game, anything can still happen. Gary Lloyd, who equalised for the first time for Barry Town against Andy Mulliner. Oh, he's missed it. Barry have incredibly missed both their penalties, and it's 2-0 to Llansantffraid, and to be fair, it wasn't well struck. But Mulliner is the hero. It's the captain, Gary Evans. To make it 3-0 if he were to succeed, and the pressure is now on Barry's Mark Evandale. Been a strong, influential player throughout the hour and a half and the extra half hour. Up comes Evans. Poor penalty, too near the goalkeeper, but Evandale did well to save. And suddenly, it's all to play for again. That was a real chance to see it, really. It's Tony Bird who's given Barry this opportunity with a spectacular equaliser. Up comes Bird. 2-1. Barry are back in it. Spectators are tense. So is Mark Evandale, but the pressure is on Tim Nunnally, one of the substitutes. Oh, he's missed. Have Llansantffraid thrown this cup away? They led 2-0 on penalties. They must have felt they were going to win the trophy. And now it's 2-1, and Barry have another penalty to draw level. And it's the goalkeeper, Mark Evandale. Look at the tension. And now he tries to bring Barry Town level at 2-2 on penalties. Evandale against Mulliner, the battle of the goalkeepers. Up comes Evandale. Well struck.
confident penalty, and it's 2-2, and it's anybody's game. I bet he's relieved now. Mark Evandale, goal stopper, goal scorer, faces Gary Curtis as Llansantffraid now try to re-establish their authority and take a 3-2 lead. Up comes Curtis. Well struck. 3-2. So, Llansantffraid have had their 5. And this is pressure on Dai Withers, one of the substitutes. Now, if Dai Withers scores, then we go to sudden death. If he misses, the cup amazingly goes to Llansantffraid. A hush descends on this ground in Cardiff. Mark Evandale is aware of the situation, and Dai Withers is aware that a great deal rests on this kick. It's Withers to keep Barry in the cup. Up he comes. Oh, he saved it! Llansantffraid have won the Welsh Cup. Look at the scene. Well, a desolate Dai Withers, but Llansantffraid, well, what scenes never seen before here, I'm sure. The small village of Llansantffraid. Well, it's been quite amazing, Ian Walsh.
Absolutely fantastic save there from Andy Molyneux. He's had such an afternoon under a lot of pressure, but to pull off a save like that, you've got to feel sorry for the Barry players. But I think over the 120 minutes of football, Llansantffraid took the initiative. They scored the goals first. All credit to Barry. So great character to come back into the game, but it's Llansantffraid's day.
Well, the Llansantffraid supporters, I mean, the village of less than 1,000, not only are they in Europe, but they're going in as true Welsh representatives because they're the true cup winners. And really, it's been a great advert for both sides and for the clubs involved in the League of Wales, because it has been an exciting game of football.
Well, what it has been is very competitive. There's been good levels of skill, and most of all, we've seen quality goals, and none more so than Tony Bird's volley into the top corner. But Llansantffraid coming here as the underdogs, you know, playing exceptionally well on the day, led very well by, in my opinion, Neil O'Brien at the heart of their defence. They defended well for long periods of time, but all in all, I think Llansantffraid, fantastic winners of the Welsh Cup.
Times in